Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me once again, back for more, is Dave Buckley.
Yes, back for more, Mad Fool the Lion. Yes, nice to be back anyway.
Nice to see you. And it's also nice to see our guest today. It's Clayton Wade from Premier Homes. Welcome to Good Morning Pattaya.
Nice of you to ask me, and I'm glad to be here.
Nice to see you. So, tell us all a little bit about Premier Homes.
Premier Homes has been on Jomtien Beach, facing the ocean for 18, 19 years.
18, 19
yeah, same building. Yeah.
Good grief. So, was there anybody selling real estate back 18, 19 years ago?
There was a few of us, very, very few. I think often we talked about maybe six or so companies back then.
And that was it in the whole of Pattaya. There were 6 or 7 companies selling real estate.
And where you set up I mean, there wasn't a lot of building around there at the time, was there?
It was a crazy place to be back then. Yeah. We were at that time way down Jomtien Beach, 2.4 kilometers from the corner.
Right.
And for example, the taxi trucks wouldn't go past Welcome Jomtien Hotel.
Really?
We had to pay an extra fee to get past there. The road just past Welcome Jomtien Beach has a natural creek going under the beach road.
Okay.
And it would wash out once every year. And they would have to repair Jomtien Beach Road. And finally, one year, it washed out twice in 1 year. So they decided to do it right.
Do it right, yeah.
So now we're in the heart of Jomtien, and it's a great area to be.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the real estate business in 19 years ago. I'm sure it's very different from the real estate business we know today.
Yeah, it was a lot different. I think the majority of those 6 or 8 companies that were working then are long gone. There's most of them were obviously in Pattaya, and I think mostly British. There was several British, several European owners. I think I was the only American.
Were you the first American?
I believe so. Yeah. And when we opened, when I first came down here, I've been in Thailand 23 years, and my first 3 years I worked for the Thai government. As a national fencing coach for their national fencing team. When I came down here, I saw all the industrialization going on, Map Taput, Lam Shabang, the industrial estates. And it just screamed relocation. And I knew that most of the other agencies couldn't pronounce 3-syllable words, and I might have a shot. So we opened up knowing that we didn't need to depend on walk-in traffic. We targeted the industrial.
Targeted the big industrial estates.
Yeah. And we started off with lower management, 30 to 40,000 baht a month rentals. And we were working New Pattaya City, New Pattaya City Village, Casa Jomtien, Grand Condo, and Jomtien Condotel.
So you were quite limited in where you could put them at the time?
Not so much limited, but it just worked. I mean, we were able to put people in those areas. North Pattaya wasn't particularly a big thing then, as it is now. Being in the city, they didn't want to be. So we built our company with those lower management in the lower bracket. And a few years later into our business, we got hired by General Motors. We picked up a 3-year contract with General Motors, and we brought in the first 53 executives. When we first started, General Motors wanted us to do all of their servicing to their expat executives. So they asked if we would do their air conditioning, and I said, yes, I want your leasing. Can you do our handyman services? Yes, I want your leasing. Can you do pest control? Of course, I can do pest control. I want your leasing. Eventually, we got the leasing, and we brought in, like I said, the first 53 executives. At that time, we also were managing over half of the houses at Burapa Golf Course. And that put us in touch with a lot of the higher-end executives. We placed most all of the first BMW executives.
Right.
So that was a real good start, and it really schooled me on professionalism and relocation.
Yeah.
So that was great.
So
Are you
you
still doing relocation business now?
Oh, yeah. So it keeps us alive.
Seriously, is it still a bigger thing than out and out selling condos and houses?
Oh, yeah. For us, it's, we've always been primarily a relocation company. And the industrialization has just gone on and on and on.
So walking business was never
Never,
what you were about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where you started down there,
Yeah.
they had to get over the broken creek, broken
Yeah.
road from the creek, didn't they? Yeah.
And as the years have gone by, our reputation and everything, we have a lot of people come to us through our website and emails and referrals. So it actually gradually worked really, really well.
So, were you just doing relocation or rentals to start with?
Well, I mean, like anybody in business, we were very welcome to anybody's money if they wanted to buy something. But the General Motors experience is what put us up into the high-end rentals for the first time, which parlayed that into high-end sales.
Right.
So we started selling, and that was a good time for us, a good learning process at that time.
Right.
About the industrialization, people don't realize that it's been almost 15 years since General Motors came in, and I think they may have already built their second factory, and Ford their second and third factories. So this is an ongoing thing. The petrochemical in Maptaput and Lamshabang has always kept things very, very busy, and basically built up the Mapachan area with expat executives and things.
So what percentage of your relocation business is villas versus condos?
It's pretty mixed. It's pretty mixed. We do a lot of condo. Expats really like Wongamat is very popular now. It's interesting. The most popular expat condos, Royal Cliff is still very popular with them, and of course North Point. North Point is a very popular
Got the older
place.
established that were done very well.
Yeah, and managed very well, which they all appreciate.
Yeah. And so, so let's talk about the company today. We've gone through the history, but so how many people are working for Premier Homes?
We're a small office.
Yeah,
we've got about 5 staff.
Okay.
At one time, I had four foreigners working with us and things, but it works out much better the way we are now. I have an all-Thai staff.
Right.
There's no foreigners in our office.
Just you.
Yep.
Is your
Been here
wife still
23
working
years.
with you?
Oh, of course, yeah. Supap, she does lease contracts, sales contracts in English. And got a good staff.
Are you still involved with the judging of the property awards? Or?
Yeah, I've been with the Thailand Property Awards for 8 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost from its inception.
And it's coming up, isn't it?
It's gotten better every year. I tell all the people in the industry that the Thailand Property Awards Gala Dinner, when we make the awards presentations, is our biggest night out. It's a great event.
What, 9 days away now?
Yeah, September 11th. It'll be at the Conrad Hotel. And again, all the biggest developers and a lot of the agencies and designers and things, they'll all be there.
So tell us, who's going to win then?
Actually,
I know you can't do
Actually, it's going to be very exciting. Having been involved with them so many years, I have been on the national panel for a number of years and in Bangkok. In order to stay alive, I organize the judges on the Eastern Seaboard, and I don't do any judging myself.
Oh, right.
And I have stayed alive as a result of that. But I've got a really good crew of judges that I've had for a number of years. Kun Pongsatorn, who has the land development in Cozy Beach area with his family. He also has the Golden Sands and the View restaurant there and things. He's a great guy. Kun Samnuk, who's NC Group in Bangkok, huge development company, public limited. Pat from KTGY Architects, which is a huge Asian. They are all over Asia. He's one of our judges. And this year we just took on Mark Bowling from Colliers.
Oh,
we had him on a few weeks ago.
Yes.
try to have a local. Also, everybody else is Thai, so this was his first year of judging, and we're real glad to have Mark aboard.
Yeah.
Well, of course, colliers have won several things in the past, but I think you're not doing brokers in the awards.
It's
now.
interesting. We're doing developers, developments, and design awards, and we took out the agency awards.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I've been judging for years now. I judge the luxury properties in Bangkok.
Right.
I do luxury condos and luxury villas in Bangkok. I've done Khao Yai for a couple of years now. I've done Hua Hin. So I go in and do my judging, my scoring, and get out of town real quick.
It's like the way to do it.
But it's been real interesting. As you say, it's gotten bigger and better every year. When they first started, it was just national awards, and it was Bangkok and Koh Samui and Phuket that won awards. And one day I went into the organizer, the managing director of Ensign Media, Terry Blackburn, and I said, hey, I'm going to start the Eastern Seaboard Property Awards. And he said, hey, hang on.
No. We can incorporate that into a...
And he got right on it. I give him great credit for doing that. And we first had, of course, Bangkok, Eastern Seaboard, Koh Samui, Phuket, and Hua Hin. Now we've added Chiang Mai, which is booming. We've added Khao Yai, and Khao Yai is unbelievable. It's 30, 50. I judged an 80 million baht house at Toscana Valley. It's amazing. 20 years ago, it was a place you went hiking. It's so all these areas have really developed, and the awards have really come a long ways.
Yeah. So you're involved with the national awards, but they're part of the Thailand Property Awards all go into some international event, don't they?
Well, that's, again, along with the expansion in Terry Blackburn's hard work. They're now in the Philippines, Malaysia. They have the China Awards now in Hong Kong. They're going into Indonesia. Eventually, he'll cover the Philippines is real big already. So it's really expanding fast, and it's quite exciting. Ensign Media, which organizes the Thailand Property Awards, also does the Property Report Asia magazine, which originally was Thailand Property Report, and now is expanded and broadening out. So it's quite a big operation.
It was a tabloid newspaper at one time.
Really?
It's,
Wow.
Pucker magazine.
Very glossy. And do you know when the sort of grand finals? Because all the Thai winners go into a grand final where they compete for the best in Southeast Asia.
Correct. Singapore. It will be shortly after. They're all Ensign Media's working like crazy now, organizing all of these awards events.
It's amazing they can bring out a magazine through all this.
They do several magazines.
I know they do. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yes, I'm extremely envious.
So will you be? Does your involvement stop at the sort of Thailand level then, or is there any plans for you to get involved on the international side?
At this point, mainly Thailand.
Yeah. But you must
sounds like you know something he's not telling us.
Well, they did just come out with the Thailand Villa Awards, and they're going to do Villa Awards in the different areas.
Yeah.
And I think that might be something interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So, totally separate awards from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As if they didn't have enough work already.
Yeah. They just keep expanding.
I'm sure they've got the entire awards.
They must have an infrastructure. It must be very different from.
You can't just think about it 2 months in advance. It's a year-round thing.
As you asked me about who's winning, I obviously can't tell you the winners, but I can.
Oh, you can tell us. No one's watching.
I can tell you that for the finals here on the Eastern Seaboard, for the villas, we've got Amaya Hill. For Best Villa, we've got Silk Road again, who won last year. And we've got the Vineyards, 3 residents, 3 great housing developments. And for condos, we've got the Amari Residence Suites. We've got the Palm. We've got the Centara Avenue Residence.
And the Waterfront.
And the Waterfront residence. So we've got 4 really big...
We shall see which of those is coming. So if somebody wants to get in contact with you at Premier Homes, I presume you have a website?
Sure. We have premierinternational.com.
Premierinternational.com. And are you on Facebook at all?
No.
No, that's just better to keep it to the website.
Yeah.
So
We're doing fine with that. Yeah.
and so if anybody wants to buy property or rent a property, the man to call, you'll definitely take their call, I would imagine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming to see us. Good luck with the awards, and stay tuned for part 2, everybody.